What it do, family and friends? Welcome back to the Church of Black Power. If you are not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell so you can be notified whenever these videos drop. Please make sure you're hitting that like and share button so we can beat up the algorithm together so we can get this message out to the ears that need to hear. And with that being said, family and friends, your boy Mayor Brandon Johnson. Yeah, we're back in Chicago for this one. Your boy Mayor Brandon Johnson decided to host an open forum city council meeting, and he presided over it. And, usually Brandon is running. He's a runner. He's a track star whenever people are holding his feet to the fire. But I guess he must have had a change of heart of some sort because he decided to preside over the city council meeting. And we had several people coming in to voice their dislikes of everything that he's doing in their city. And we had people with thick accents. We had people who spoke very clearly. But I want to go over two of the people who spoke. I felt they were some of the most powerful statements made, and I feel that you will feel the same. So let's get into it, family. I'm going to play this part. I'll be jumping in and out. We're going to make sure YouTube don't, mess with my page or nothing like that, because they just gave me monetization and all this other stuff. So now they're watching me a lot closer than they was watching me before. So I got to make sure to do the stop and start thing. So just bear with me, family. Let's get started.
What does it prosper a man or profits a man to gain the world and lose his soul? We're going to start off with scripture because Mr. Johnson, you love quoting and thumping scriptures up there. And this is something I think is special for you. So I thought I would state that to you. We're going to talk about this executive order of yours that comes from 2023-16, where I'm not going to read it all because I don't have the time. But one thing I want to point out is how you made it clear that you're going to stick these people in our neighborhoods and that we have to just accept it. That's absolutely not.
So, first and foremost, you don't see Brandon Johnson sending out any type of information to people within white neighborhoods or Latino neighborhoods saying he's going to be sticking these people in their neighborhoods. If I remember correctly, it was the Latinos in Chicago that says, why aren't you putting them in our neighborhood? We want them here. We can help them with language barriers and things like that. So I'm kind of confused in a manner of why you would not want to be doing that for them if you're really trying to help them. When their people is telling you, hey, we are more geared to help them than anywhere else you're sending them, which makes perfect sense. If you're going to accept these people, why wouldn't you put them in neighborhoods that would be able to help them integrate better? It seems like you're setting them up for failure by not doing that. However, you do not see not one bill, no notifications, or any of the sort going out to those people saying, hey, you know what? We're going to be putting them into your neighborhoods because there's no space in the black neighborhoods. But he would have been doing better if he did that. I don't think as many black folks would be upset. To be honest with you, that'd be a whole different scenario. But he makes sure to say he's going to put them in black neighborhoods to make sure that you get shifted out while they get shifted in. Let's continue.
We've talked about this since last year, when most of you older people who did not stand up with us and reject the sanctuary city.
Facts. And Democrats supposed to be about democracy. All the people there said, we don't want sanctuary cities, and they shut them out of the whole vote. They made sure people couldn't get in the chambers and things like that. Brandon Johnson did all that. But he's supposed to be a Democrat. This is supposed to be a Democratic-led city. And this is what has been happening. They say the Republicans are bad, which they are. You know me, I'm not about to sit here and glorify one or the other because literally they're both awful. They're both trash. But the Democrats will sit here and tell you democracy's on the line. Democracy's on the line. And they're stealing democracy from their citizens and their constituents right in their faces. A politician is a politician. A politician is supposed to echo your interest. They're supposed to echo your interest. And if the politician is not echoing your whole situation that you bring to them, your interest, your wants, your needs, then they're not for you. And that's a Democrat, that's a Republican. On either side. So I'm very happy that she made sure that everyone in the room knew that they all went against what the people wanted. Because their job is to act in the interest of the people. Their job is to act in the interest of the people. And if the people says no, then you don't go to your funny little office with your funny little head and say, you know what, I'm gonna do it anyway. But that's what they've been doing. That's what they've been doing.
Now, I got a problem with that. And I spoke that on December 14th. So I think we need to cut down the staff of the older people here. How about that? Because you all are not all representing us. How about those who stood up and represented us? Then you stay in your offices. But the rest of you, goodbye. Because that's how we're going to see it when it's time to vote. That's where we're going with that.
I hope so. You know, it's real easy to talk big up before it's election time. Up and until it's election time. However, I just hope that you keep that fire in your belly. I hope that you continue to stand on your square. Because there's a lot of people out here that love to complain, talk big, and as soon as it get down to that time, they say, well, you know, I gotta go with Biden because there's no other choice, unfortunately. Like Ron Reynolds tried to get people to do. Or like he said on the news. We already covered that here. So I just hope that you keep that fire and hold that fire all the way to November. And then take it in a booth and show. Or don't take it in the booth, either way. Because most of us, like we said, we're voting Couch 2024. President Couch has always had our back. It's time for us to have his. There's no reason for us to go out there. But make sure you register to vote so that they know, oh yeah, I was registered, but you ain't do nothing. So guess what? You got nothing. But to the people in Chicago, you know what's best, don't you? Whether you need to sit it out or go to the polls and make sure they ain't in there no more. For Chicago, I would suggest you go to the polls and make sure they ain't in there no more. But make sure you replace that person with someone who's actually working for you. Or who wants to work for you. Look at their plans. Look at their policies and see is this going to be equitable for the city of Chicago? And as Black Chicagoans, is this going to be equitable for Black Chicagoans? That's it. But you got to make sure you get that person up out of there. That bobble-headed bastard, he got to go. Got to go.
Illinois 2021, that's when it came out, and Bring Chicago Home. Robbery. They both are for homeless causes that you all claimed they're for. You and Prisker need to sync up, because both of you all are trying to pull the same number, which you claim is homeless. And I think you might recall that I said, I'm out here helping the homeless. I got a recording from a homeless that also said, y'all just don't care. You just don't care. There, hearing it straight from the homeless. Now, WOTC, Work Opportunity Tax Credit, 400 plus businesses. Hyatt, which is Prisker's company, all are hiring refugees and kicking all of y'all out.
Now that's an interesting situation that was not brought to my attention until this lady said that. And that would put Prisker in the same position as Tyson Foods. They're firing people and hiring illegals to work these positions. So if you eat in Tyson Foods, any of their products, even I think it's Charlie's Philly cheese, they own that. I'm not sure. They own one of those Philly cheese spots too. You got to look up what companies are under Tyson's Food and stay away from them. Because all you're doing is literally putting money into that same funnel that they're giving to those immigrants, those illegal invaders. So if you didn't know, now you know. But it's interesting that she said that the governor has a business where he's doing the same thing. See, a lot of the times in these cities, these sanctuary cities, these politicians are actually getting kickbacks, right? Either they're invested in some of these companies that they're spending a whole lot of money with that doesn't make any sense, or there's funds coming. Let me rephrase that. So either they're invested within these companies, or these companies are investing in them. Either they're invested in these companies, or these companies invested in them. Campaigning. I wonder how much, money goes to them through campaign funds. I wonder if a job was offered after they leave the seat. Like, there are multiple ways to fund someone who's a politician. And a lot of the time, it comes in the form of them getting a kickback through an investment that they have through the company that they're giving the contracts to. Because usually what you do, the companies are supposed to bid on the services that they have to provide to the city. And then the city looks at those bids and say, okay, that's a better bid. We're going to go with that company. But what you're seeing is the quite opposite of what they're supposed to be doing. What they're actually doing is saying, okay, it's going to go to this company and this company alone. Well, why aren't they bidding against each other? Why aren't there other companies being allowed to make a bid? It's because either they have a connection with that company, whether or not they're getting kickbacks from that company, or that company has funded that person's campaign. That's how that works. And that's how you can see people going to Congress. And people, when you go to Congress, the income of the typical person in Congress is about $100,000 per year. So with $100,000 per year, and the income being that low, how are most of these people leaving Congress millionaires? Is this thing on? How are people leaving millionaires if you're only receiving $100,000 a year? It's because most of them make these backdoor business deals. They're getting subsidies and kickbacks, and they're investing in companies that they know they're going to be issuing these contracts to. So now they're double dipping and stuff. That's what's going on. They did it with the COVID bill as well. Why you think they needed to pass that so dang quickly? The infrastructure bill. You see what I'm saying? This is something that they do on the average. This is often they do this. Allegedly. Let me say allegedly. But when you look at the situation and you look at the timeline of certain politicians and seeing what they leave with versus what they went in with, you understand why they have no problem selling you out. They have no problem selling you out. Let's continue.
How about that for news that's not being broadcast? See, I do my digging, I do my research, and all of you all will know when I step up here to this mic, I bring the facts. I don't bring no opinions. So you all need to be careful of how you think you're treating us, because we coming for this. We bringing our city back. We removing all these illegals that's breaking our rules and laws, and we're fed up. So it needs to stop. Get your police out there and stop them breaking these laws. I got a lot more to say, but since my time is up, I think I picked on the most important, essential matter.
Yes, she did. And shout out to her because, like I said, I didn't even know that until she said that. But that's what we have to do. We got to start digging and seeing who owns what, because why would you be so gung-ho off of, oh, well, you know, these migrants and they got nowhere to go, and if they can go home. They don't have nothing to eat, and they could go home and they would be able to do all that. I have never seen a time where Black Americans who's sleeping on the street received any of the things that these illegal invaders are receiving. Eric Adams with his $1,000 gift card, $1,000 a month. It can get up to $1,800 depending on the size of the family. How do you even know their families when they don't have documents to say their families? How do you know that these people are even literally related? See, they will look us in the face and spit in our face while sitting there kissing the feet of people that don't even need to be here, who shouldn't be here, and who's forced their way through our gates. But then they look at you and tell you democracy is on the line. Trump bad, democracy is on the line. Well, if democracy is on the line, this shouldn't be a problem for you to write that check. Cash value. I'm going to need that check, my guy. Because democracy is on the line, right? Don't you want to preserve democracy? Or are you willing to cut off your nose to spite your face? Oh, I already know the answer to that. Let's continue. Give it 1 second. I'm in
I wear a few different hats as
Get it cleaned up.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your comments. Our next speaker is George Blakemore. please. Wait now. Wait now. I don't want y'all to steal my minutes. Even though those clocks are up here on me, they tick quietly.
Brother came in with some G stuff. He like, hold up, everybody applauding for him because they know he about to go off. He's like, wait, everybody quiet. I don't need y'all taking none of my minutes. I love that. He came in prepared to shine on them. Let's hear.
And quickly, illegal immigrants. Something is wrong with black people. You got all these black faces in high places and you get nothing. Who would let knock on my door? I don't know you. Where you come from? Who's your mama, your daddy? Are you a criminal? Are you a pedophile? You're not getting in. You're not. Your ass not getting in. Excuse me. I don't know nothing about you. The young lady said a background check. Who are these people? Where did these people come from? Why would you bring them here?
I've already did a broadcast on that as well. They're criminals, absolutely. You know, Venezuela released all their criminals out of the jail and told them to leave. Exiled their criminals once they saw America was taking them in. Mexico has told the Biden administration that if Biden does not do A, B, and C, and there's a lot of crazy type of demands they're making. I know they want money. They want protections for Central America or something like that. I mean, Mexico and Central America, South America, all that. They're making demands, and if they don't get what they want, they're saying they're going to let as many people through their country to get to America as possible. But this is what we're dealing with. We're literally dealing with countries shooting off their riffraff, sending their riffraff over here. And we're being told that they're coming from these places that don't even qualify for asylum, but they're putting their asylum cases 5 years out so they can be here acting and doing a whole bunch of nonsensical bull stuff and then release them as soon as they get caught. No stop and frisk. None of that. But yet, let you do something. Let you do anything. Let you jaywalk in front of a cop. And you're black. You might not even make it home. Your family may never see you again unless you're in a casket. Let's continue.
And why would you push them on the black community? The most poor of all. We are in a caste system here. And at the bottom of this caste system, black people. I'm not talking about India. I'm talking about right here. And you got the audacity, you black ones I'm talking to, the audacity to bring in an illegal immigrant. Well,
great point. They see all the black folk up there that's supposed to be representatives of the people. They know the condition of black Americans. They know the condition of the people in their cities. So why would you take a group of people who come from these places where literally they don't have any code value and they're anti-black? You take those people and put them into a community full of blacks, and then you wonder why the crime goes up. Or maybe you don't wonder. You know the crime will go up because you know what you're doing. And the cool thing is, Brandon Johnson still has to go home at the end of the day. So I know for a fact when he goes home to the mayor's mansion or wherever the hell he goes, that he looks his black children in the face. You mean to tell me you can look your black children in the face and not have any type of inkling of what the world is going to be for them? For them? Not even for everybody. You have no inkling of what the world would be for them? And you're bringing all these people in? Oh, you think you Obama style, your kids gonna be set. You gonna set yourself up for a presidential run. No. You couldn't even run the city. And your children will be reminded of the type of a coon their father was. And is. I'm just saying, it doesn't make sense. A logical person would look at their own children and say, I want to make this better for you guys. How do you make it better for them? By putting all these different people into black communities that are anti-black. God forbid something happens to them because of these invaders. That would be on your conscience. That would be on your head, Mayor Johnson. Let's continue.
To do this, sell out, ain't your mama, house in.
Sell out, ain't your mama, house in. Call it like you see it, elder. Call it like you see it. Stand on your square and call it out. Because that's exactly what it is. Yes, sir, Massa. I know, Governor Pritzker. I know you don't want none of them folks in the white neighborhoods, so we're going to put them all in the black neighborhoods. No problem, Massa. I'll take all the lickings for you, Massa. No problem at all, Massa. Oh, you don't? Okay, I'll tell you what. We'll put more funding in certain situations too, Massa. We'll put them out of school and we'll let them stay in the schools, Massa. You ain't got to worry about it. I'll deal with it. This is who Brandon Johnson is. This is who also Eric Adams is. But the difference between Brandon Johnson and Eric Adams is Eric Adams, he's doing the same thing, but he's making it seem as if he's going to war with the federal government because they're not helping him out. But you're still doing the same thing. But at least Eric Adams have the courage to speak up. Also, Eric Adams have the courage to go and speak to people in New York. That's the one thing that I will give him his props on. He might sit there and tell you some bull stuff, but he has no problem coming to you and say, hey, you said my name. Hey, like a genie, here I am. Say my name 3 times, Candyman, here I go. He has no problem showing up and speaking to people. Now, whether or not it's indicative of something positive, that's something totally different. However, Brandon Johnson, he's a runner, he's a track star. He gonna run away when it gets hard. He got his Nikes on, he just do it and get ghost. And I covered that in another broadcast where he was being heckled by one of the black elders on a college campus when he went to go talk to these college students, and she banged on him and told him about himself. And he walked out the room. He just walked out the room. People was asking questions, he just kept walking. Because he knows he don't have the support of the people. And he never has. Let's continue.
Yes, I said it. Because that's the way you act. It's something wrong here. It's something evil here. It's something corrupt here. What is it, Mr. Blakemore? All of these people here are Democrats.
He made sure to call that out, ain't it? all of these people are Democrats. All of these people are Democrats. Notice, Democrats. Because they think you dumb. They want you to play dumb, and if you actually play into their policies, you are dumb. I'ma say it like it is. It's the same thing for a lot of the Republicans and people who support them. A lot of them are just literally dumb in the head, because you have to be delusional in order to be a part of either one of these groups and not see what's going on in your communities. So you go along with their agenda because you either don't care or you're benefiting from their agenda. To be honest with you, Black Americans ain't benefiting from nobody's policies at this point in time. So why are we here? I mean, Democrats should not even be a thought process for the next 3 election cycles. Show me what you can do, what you bring to my communities, and I'll make the logical decision on whether you get my vote. And if not, you just keep losing to Republicans. It makes me none. Black Americans are strong. We gonna be all right. But if you're not doing things that we're telling you we need, where's our hate crime bill? We have this situation where police officers are going around in gangs targeting our people. Where's our hate crime bill? I shouldn't be in the middle of writing a hate crime bill to push to Congress. Congress should already have a hate crime bill for Black Americans. I shouldn't be running around trying to promote. And if you haven't done it yet, click the link in the description, go to change.org, put your name on the petition for reparations. The bill that I wrote. Because every bill that they write that comes out of Congress is an everybody black plan. Or they try to throw in minorities and all this other stuff. The reparations bill that I wrote is straight for the descendants of American slaves. And there's policy in there that will benefit us. Overall, $20 trillion. Land grants, housing grants, funding cash payments. So if you haven't done it, go down into the description, click that link after this video, of course. Click the link and put your name on the petition so that we can push this to Congress and share it with your friends and family. With that being said, back to the topic at hand. I shouldn't have to be doing that. None of us should have to be doing that. You should already have these policies because you know what we're owed and you know what we need. But no, you give a hate crime bill to Asians and they don't even suffer at the amount that we do when it comes to hate crime. You pass prison reform for so-called Native Americans. But when Trump passed prison reform, you overturned it. See, these people think that we are just whipping mules. Well, they're going to find out really, really soon who's the real mule around this piece. What's the sign of the Democratic Party? Oh yeah, isn't it a mule? Let's continue.
All of them are Democrats. Well, over in China, they got a one-party system. In Chicago, they do too. Yes, the most corrupt city in the United States. The most racist city in the United States. Who said that? Dr. King?
That was so profound. He said in China, they have a one-party system. He said, here in Chicago, we do too. Because the Democrats are literally taking away the rights of their constituents. They're literally choosing to do what they want to do instead of what the people tells them to do. Because it's a democracy, right? More and more, they're showing you that it isn't a democracy. And I've said this so many times. America was founded on a republic, not a democracy. So when people are running around here talking about democracy at stake, a lot of us never had democracy to begin with. You just never noticed it. Black Americans noticed. And a lot more are waking up, realizing that's a sham. More and more every day are waking up. That's why I'm grateful Biden was put into office. I didn't vote for him. But after Trump, people thought they were going to just lullaby, go back to sleep. Oh, we got Biden in office. We'll be okay. No. Because as I was telling you, before the whole election, before he got elected, he's worse. He destroys black families and black communities. He's done it his whole career. And nobody wanted to listen. Except the people in the new black media. We already knew. And the people who listen to the new black media, they already knew. But then he gets in office, and what does he do? Start destroying more black families. And start destroying more black communities. Shipping funds to everyone else but you. Everyone else but you. Including people who aren't even citizens of this country. And now, people are getting buyer's remorse. And they're speaking out. And they're upset, they're yelling. But all this could have been avoided. All this could have been avoided. And no, I'm not saying people should have voted for Trump. Because President Couch is right there too. But what I'm saying is, now all the people that put their endorsement behind Biden, it's either real quiet over there or they're real vocal about what's going on. So that awakening was necessary. Very, very necessary. Because a lot of people did think they were going back to sleep. Let's continue.
Dr. King, what is your criteria for corruption? Bert and all of them get indicted, stealing, and that's terrible here. And these young people are coming here and they're looking at me and they're looking at you. Now, you all make your opinion.
Inflation sucks, so why not do something about it? Starting your business is a game changer. You can start one today for way less money.
That is literally what it is. We have people who are, in a sense, making sure that Black Americans stay in poverty by doing this. You have people who are making sure that black folks aren't getting listened to, aren't being listened to. We got people who are making sure that your say don't mean a damn thing. Your so-called belief in democracy is that, a belief. And in the middle of belief, you see a lie. So when people tell me, I believe in the Democratic Party, I believe in Joe Biden, you're believing a lie. The lie is right there in front of your face. But yet, that's what it is. Let's continue.
Evil here. Something corrupt here. Something un-American here. King, Dr. King, what is your criteria for corruption? Bert and all of them get indicted, stealing, and just terrible here. And these young people are coming here and they're looking at me and they're looking at you. Now, you all make your opinion. There's something evil here, something corrupt here, something un-American here. You gonna bring in the illegals? When they wade across the Rio Grande, they're not wading across to help black people. They are selfish people, and we black people gotta be selfish. Self-preservation is the first law of nature. And
facts. We want problems always when it comes to self-preservation. See, we done been on this land. We already knows the ins and outs of this land, and people come here thinking that they're going to be able to, work the system. We know the system. The system was built to keep us out. Then everybody else want to come in and learn the hard way. But these illegals, they're coming in to take advantage of a system that literally is telling them, come on, we got jobs for you. We're going to give you funding, housing, and everything else. It's nothing but the Homestead Act all over again, but for illegals. They ain't go through the immigration process. Hell, most immigrants who did go through the process are mad as hell. They're mad as hell. As they should be, because they did it the right way. And I'm not against immigration. I'm against illegal invasions. I'm against illegal immigration. Because all the studies show that it harms the black community the most. And Joe Biden has just proved those studies to be correct. Because you get to see it in real time. 4K. All over your screens. But they're trying to convince you it's smoke and mirrors.
Preacher talking about loving everybody. Black people love you. Love you.
Thank you very much for your comments.
And that's it. That's all. Black people love you. Love you, love you, love you. And do whatever you can for you. For black people, that's what B1 means. Black first. You think about your people before you think about anybody else. You might want to be a helpful person because it's in your heart. There are plenty of people in the black community who need your help. You might want to go and help the homeless because, it's in your heart. 54% of all American homeless population are black Americans. They need you. If you want to really show who the hell we are, we're going to have to start putting in the work in our own community. Damn wanting to help everybody else. Love yours. Love yours. It's that simple. Do for yours. Because everybody else is getting done for. You're seeing subsidies going out left and right to everyone. To everyone except the black community. So don't let that fall or slip away from your mind this November. You make sure you stand on your square. and you make sure you stay 10 toes down. Remember the situations that they put your community in. And when inflation like how it is now, it's only going to get worse under Biden. And with that being said, family and friends, if you are not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell so you can be notified whenever these videos drop. Please make sure you're hitting the like and share button on your way out so we can beat up the algorithm and get this message out to the ears that need to hear. Also, if you want to support me, the best ways to support me is a Patreon. Cash App is in the description. Also, we have just been given the opportunity now to monetize the channel, so the super thanks are there. We're going to start doing some more, get back to the live, and then we're going to have super chats and everything else. But with that being said, family and friends, I want you to make sure that you keeping your family good. And by your family, I mean the black community as a whole. We have to protect and do for each other because they ain't doing or protecting us. And please make sure you hit that link in the description to thechange.org and go sign your name on the RDAS Act so we can push it to these representatives and this Congress so that we can make sure that they know our agenda and that's we're not wavering. Sign that damn bill. And with that being said, family, the doors of the church are now closed. Peace, family.